Hello and welcome to CLEA'S World. I am Clea Mecchiarico, and today I would like to share with you more of the information I received from the 25th dimension during my last QHHT hypnosis session. And before we move into the content of this video, I'd like to ask you to please give this video a thumbs up and share it if you like it. And also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Also, absolutely, I would love to read your comments. So leave me a comment, let me know if this resonates, or even just stop by and say hi. And I look forward to reading all comments, and I do reply to each one of them. So without further ado, let me read from the transcript of my last session. And when I refer to Carolyn, that's my hypnotist asking me the questions. And when I say me, I'm referring to myself under hypnosis, which means the answers to those questions are coming from the 25th dimension. Very well. All right, so Carolyn, are we going to be more asexual in both genders in the future? No, there isn't an asexual body when we are in the matrix, unless there are exceptions, of course. We even have animals, there are exceptions here on this planet. But in general, humanoids prefer to pick one side or the other just to have an experience. Which does not mean you do not have access while you are in a certain gender. You do not have access to the energy of the other gender. We all have feminine and masculine inside of us, because all feminine and masculine there are different ways of looking at things so that you see different aspects. And remember, we want to explore. We always want to have access to everything. But the way that we show ourselves, just like on New Earth, will just be a preference, as in, I want to have breasts, and therefore I become a woman. If I decide that I want to have testicles, then I become a man. It's a choice. It's just like being born in a white body as opposed to a red body or a black body. It's a choice. There is no judgment on it whatsoever. It's just whatever you as essence have decided you wanted to experiment, where you would feel more comfortable in this incarnation. Carolyn. So are angels both at the same time, male and female? Do they present as both male and female energy at times? Me. Angels are not really like humans. They were created directly by God. They do not come through the 25th. They do not come from us. And they were put in the matrix as almost like tools. Not with the negative connotation that we normally give to the word tool, as help, as things that you could use almost like in a video game. These are things that you can make use of to help yourself. So they're not really human. That's why they don't have to have a gender. It's almost like a gender. It's not that they're both genders, they're a gender. Carolyn, yes. We talked about that thing earlier, that it will be recalled worldwide. Is this a good thing, or is it making way for the next thing that they want to get humans excited about? Me. So the reason these things are happening is because of the timeline. So again, this group of people going to hang out with the aliens has to have a timeline that makes sense. Like, they want to feel that they're coming up against the government, protesting and all these things. And awakening people has brought this, and that, they have to feel that awakening people has brought this result. And I apologize, it's speech to text transcript. And so sometimes it's not perfect. So let me just read this again. So again, this group of people going to hang out with the aliens has to have a timeline that makes sense. Like, they want to feel that they're coming up against the government, protesting and all these things. And awakening people has brought this result, which when you look at it from that perspective is an advancement, right? Is a good development. So in that sense, it very much is a good development. Of course, the dark already knows the entire agenda because they can see the writing on the wall as we can. Not only, but the ones who are tapped in like we are, they already know where we're going. So of course, they're going to keep putting in stuff. They're going to try their best till the very end to put in new stuff, new rules or new things, because they're afraid. And a lot of them don't have the connection we have. And so they're very much in the game, just like the white hats. And so you're going to do that? Well, then I'm going to do this. So of course, they're going to keep going until the end. But their attempts are very, very feeble. I mean, you're seeing what is happening, because again, the only group that's left that has to learn anything is this group that has to see this falling apart. So the dark is really playing into the hands of this group. Everything they do is backfiring in 3D, and everything is falling apart. What has happened over the last 2 years of co and bid, we get censored on this word too, believe it or not. So what has happened over the past 2 years of co and bid is that more awakening, because of course these people that needed to awaken, they needed a reason to awaken. So it was given to them. Carolyn. So will we see something like a financial crisis or food shortages, or even, you know, it's been said a fake alien attack? Will we actually see one of these before the end of the game? Me. As I said, these are all very feeble attempts. Nothing is going to be like co and bid. Everything is going to be very limited. So it's going to be only affecting certain people, and only the people that still want to be affected by this. If you are someone who has had enough, you're not going to be affected by it. Carolyn. Why do we still have chemtrails if the white hats, the light team, are in charge right now? Me. It's just because they don't really matter. And so they're kind of like on back burner. And yeah, the white hats are not fully in charge. They're affecting certain things. So maybe they've changed some of these, but you know, there are still some from the dark. Just because the light now uses a technology or uses a strategy doesn't mean the dark stops using it. Just like it was the light that came up with the idea of resets, and all of a sudden the dark is using it. You come up with an idea, everybody can use it, right? The idea is out there. So that's what's happening with chemtrails. The dark has been using them for a long time, and now the white hats are using it for other things. But they haven't taken over the whole thing, just like they've not taken over the whole dump situation. So some chemtrails are okay. They think they're clearing stuff. They're doing things to counterbalance. In reality, it doesn't really matter. None of this really matters anymore. Carolyn. Who's behind the truck convoy in Canada? Me. So that's interesting, because the truck convoy looks like such a victory of the light and the people and the freedom. The truth is, it's being manipulated. It is being manipulated, and it was actually started by the dark to bring about the famines and the food shortages. It's not going to work that way. All it's doing, like everything else, is backfiring, and it's going all wrong for them. For the rest of us, we will still have our food. We will be fine. Carolyn. Oh, wow. Many in the conspiracy circles are saying that the white hats, the good military, are behind everything that's been going on, and things have been getting worse because extreme measures are meant to wake up people and make them stop. Me. Yeah, no, that's not true. It's just a story. Carolyn, just a story. Yeah, because we like stories. Me. Because we like stories. And again, the story has to make sense for that group of people, right? The rest of us, the people in 3D will not wake up. Doesn't matter what you do. You can smack them in the head with the truth, and it doesn't matter. People like us, we don't need these stories. We're bored, left or right. Doesn't matter who comes up with much, we're bored. Carolyn. But why would the white hats allow such a poisonous bee to be mandated? Me. Because it's not going to affect anybody who didn't already decide to move on. It's just an excuse for people to move on, the ones that wanted to go. It's really not affecting anybody who didn't want to go. And they have infiltrated some of the bees as well, because again, they use the same rules, right? They have fun. Oh, let's break into this factory and change the, oh, they do all kinds of things. It's mind-boggling what they come up with. Carolyn. So there's something new that is being spread among the light workers. And I always feel like a lot of these are to get us excited and off track. They're saying that the booster is actually injecting individuals with AIDS. Is that factual? Me. No. And they were laughing when they answered this. Carolyn, I love the stories. It felt like, when I read it, it felt like a story. Me. Now, Is AIDS more dangerous? AIDS does not exist. But is AIDS more dangerous than all the other crap they supposedly put in there? Carolyn, maybe not. Me. Maybe you're better off with AIDS. Technically, AIDS can be cured. Some of this other stuff kills you on the spot. But no, AIDS doesn't exist. AIDS was another made up thing, like COVID. Carolyn, I mean, Fauci, me. I mean, if all roads lead to Fauci, that tells you something. Carolyn, that's right, me. I mean, he's good. You have to give it to him. He's good. He's got his role down and he's on it. So he's not here with us anymore. He's been gone for a while now. Yeah. Carolyn, well, why wouldn't you stay? I mean, you created as much destruction as you possibly could in one lifetime. Me. Yeah, he was very high level too in terms of spirituality, in terms of consciousness. These are not peons. Carolyn, isn't that amazing how some of the hires do choose to come to be in these positions? Me. Absolutely. And when we all realize we're all one, we realize that we learn from all of it. We have learned from everything. Carolyn, when will we humans be able to travel without any travel restrictions, like quarantine, masks, these? Me. Yeah, Claire wants to go today, but this is not going to happen for a few more months, unfortunately. But she'll be able to skip most of it. She might just have to deal with the mask and maybe a test, no more than that. I'm going to stop here, but I do want to clarify this video. This video is going to be released in the next few weeks, just because I have content that comes before this that I want to put out there so everything makes sense. Because often the 25th refers to things that are already explained, so I don't want this to get confusing. But basically, my session was at the end of January, and therefore the information they're coming out with is when they say the next few months. I am assuming or expecting and hoping that they mean that by the spring we're gonna see a lot of stuff being lifted. In fact, I'm already, I check restrictions kind of on a daily basis, and I do see that a lot of things are changing very quickly. So hopefully we'll be done with most, of the worst things very soon. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And please, again, leave me a comment below to let me know what you think of this information, if it resonates, doesn't resonate, or just stop and say hi, whatever works for you. And again, thanks and take care. Bye-bye.